Hi, I'm Lars from All About Samsung, and today we're gonna have a very first unboxing of the just announced Samsung Galaxy S9 and Galaxy S9 Plus. Less than 2 hours ago, Samsung announced these two new flagships for 2018 here in Barcelona, and now I got them in the retail box, and we're gonna see what's in the box, which accessory is included, and we're gonna have a very first setup of the two new flagships of 2018. Let's go! So here I got the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus in the original retail box. It'll be shipped like this in Europe at least. So on the front you're gonna see the logo of the S9 or S9 Plus in metallic blue letters. You can see it like this. It's the same as found on the S8. On the top left there is the name Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus, and on the lower part on the left side you see the size of the internal storage, 64 GB. In Germany there will be a 256 GB version, but at the moment it's exclusive to Samsung's online store. On the left side of the box you see the colors of the devices. We have here the midnight black and the lilac purple one. There is a third color in Germany, which is coral blue, and a fourth color, but the gray color option won't be available in Germany, unfortunately. On the right side you see nothing, and on the top you see that it still comes with the regional lock, so you have to use the device in a European SIM card or with a European SIM card for at least 5 minutes, but it's not too hard. And on the back, of course, there's the interesting part, because here are the specs of the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. On the Galaxy S9 you have a 5.8-inch full rectangle screen. On the S9 Plus there is a 6.2-inch full rectangle screen. This is because of the rounded edges of the screen. If you take notice of the rounded corners, the display size is actually just 5.6 or 6.2 inches, but normally it's named as 5.8 and 6.2 inches. It's a Quad HD Plus as AMOLED screen, and basically the same as found on the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. Below that there you're gonna find the camera of those devices, and here we have a super speed dual pixel 12 megapixel optical image stabilization camera with an aperture of f1.5 or f2.4, because here we have for the first time an adjustable aperture on a smartphone. And on the Galaxy S9 Plus you have a second camera lens with double the focal length, with again 12 megapixel and an optical image stabilization. The super speed basically means that there is an embedded memory in the sensor, which allows the next part, which is super slow motion videos with up to 960 frames a second or 480 frames a second in full HD resolution. Below that you can see the 8 megapixel autofocus selfie camera on the front, which is basically the same as found on the S8. You have stereo speakers tuned by AKG, and this is new because normally Samsung wasn't using stereo speakers, and here now you have finally stereo speakers by using the earpiece as a second speaker. Below that you find the IP68 certification, so it's water and dust resistant. You have an iris scanner on board. You have 64 GB of storage, which I mentioned, and there's a difference because on the S9 you have 4 GB of memory, while on the Galaxy S9 Plus there's 6 GB of memory. I don't like that they're actually making such a difference between the S9 and the S9 Plus. Both devices are capable of wireless charging. You need a charging pad though, and it's not included in the box. But you have earphones tuned by AKG in the box at least. So that's about the box of the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. Now let's have an unboxing. So finally the unboxing. On top of the box you have some paper stuff, so all the guarantee information, a quick start guide, and an important little tool, because on the back side of this cartridge there is a little metal tool you can use to pinch into the SIM card slot on the S9 to get in the SIM card or microSD card. So this tool is actually useful, and you have to see where it is. In the box there is the Galaxy S9 Plus and of course the Galaxy S9, but I will do this unboxing with the S9 Plus and show you that the same is in the box for the S9. So, and we're gonna have a look on the S9 Plus later. And then you have a USB connector, so an OTG USB connector to use all the cable stuff you have at home. So you can actually use a computer mouse with your smartphone, or you can use the iPhone cable to get all your data from your iPhone to the Galaxy S9 as an example. Then you have an adapter for micro USB to USB Type-C. So it's basically the same adapter as found for the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus, and so you have the power adapter And on the back side, you can see that it features 9 volt at 1.67 amp or a 5 volt at 2 amp. So it is fast charging, even though it's just quick charge 2 enabled. And of course, you have a USB cable. This is USB Type-C. It's quite a long cable, and it's okay to use it. I really don't like when there's just a short cable in the box. And you have some earpieces and, of course, the AKG headphone. In my opinion, it delivers quite a decent sound, and it's quite a worthy thing. So you have the cable wrapped with some fabrics, and the sound quality of those earphones is actually quite decent, even though I had some people in the comments that they don't like the sound quality, so it depends on you if you do like them. And this is everything found in the box of the Samsung Galaxy S9. So here I got the two devices, and first we have to peel off the foil on the front. So first for the Galaxy S9, I really do like that moment. And also the foil on the back to just be sure that you don't scratch your brand new device. And the same procedure for the Galaxy S9 Plus. So first the foil on the front, and then the foil on the back side. The Galaxy S9 Plus is here in the lilac purple and the S9 in the black color. And if you take a look on the front of the two devices, you see on the first glance that on the black Galaxy S9, you just have a black device. It looks just as one piece. You don't see any other color than black on the front. While on the S9 Plus in the lilac purple color option, you see the silver frame around the screen a bit. Personally, I would prefer the black version, at least from the front. Other than that, there is no big difference between the S8 and the S9. So the frame on the front is slightly thinner on the lower part, and that's basically everything about the changes on the front. If you turn the devices, you see a difference, because on the S8 and S8 Plus and also in the Note 8, Samsung used a glossy frame. And for the Galaxy S9, now Samsung is using a dull frame. And I really do like that more than the glossy one on the S8. On the left side, you have the volume key and the Bixby button. Yes, still a dedicated Bixby button. On the right side, the power button. And on the bottom, you have, of course, the 3.5mm jack, the USB Type-C jack, and the speaker. And in fact, this is not the only speaker, because for the first time on a Samsung smartphone, Samsung is using the earpiece as a second speaker and delivers a Dolby stereo sound by doing that. And the sound of the Galaxy S9 is in fact way better than the sound found on the Galaxy S8. Now comes the maybe most interesting part about the design. If you turn the device on the back, you see on the first glance that Samsung's changed the design of the backside a bit. You still have curved glass as found on the front on the Infinity display, but this time Samsung changed two, I would say, important things about the backside. Because for the first time, Samsung makes a difference between the Galaxy S9 Plus and the Galaxy S9, which I don't like, because Samsung is now using a dual camera on the S9 Plus, while there's just a single camera on the S9. It's a quite decent camera. So in fact, you have 12 megapixels, it's dual pixels, you have super fast slow motion video capabilities, you have an adjustable aperture on both devices, but on the S9 Plus, there is a second lens with double the focal length of the normal camera. And the second thing Samsung changed about the backside of the devices is that they repositioned the fingerprint scanner below the camera. Instead, I would prefer that they even put the LED flash and the heartbeat sensor in between the camera and the fingerprint sensor, because it's easy to reach and easy to find, but it's quite close to the camera, so it's still possible that you might tap on the camera instead, but it's not that bad. It's way better than it was on the Galaxy S8 before. And you see, of course, glass, yeah, it might cause fingerprints quite easy, because I'm here on the MWC for quite a long time and it's, I need to wash my hands, sorry for that. So first setup of the Galaxy S9 Plus, and I already did the same for the Galaxy S9, but I'm going to show it to you now on the S9 Plus instead. So you have to press the power button for the first time quite long, and then you're going to see Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus secured by Knox, which is Samsung's security solution. And then you see a second Samsung boot screen for quite a long time. Even though the powerful hardware under the hood, the Exynos 8910, brings normally a very high speed, but for the first boot, it takes some time. And then it says hello or hallo in Germany. So we're gonna switch it to English to show to you right now, to the United States or United Kingdom, whatever. And then there's start. And the first menu actually reminds me to the iPhone. Then you hit the start button, then you have to connect to Wi-Fi. I'm going to skip that right now. Then you have to agree to some terms and conditions. You don't have to agree to all of them, just the end user license agreement and the privacy policy. You don't have to use the diagnostic data or the marketing informations. And then you have to agree, and then it takes some time. You can add a name, and then you can choose how to protect your phone. And there's a new option over there, because now you have the intelligent scan, which is nothing different than the combination of the two options below that. So the face recognition and the iris scan. But for the intelligent scan, this is a combination of both of these options. This was not possible on the Galaxy S8, and I really do like it, even though I'm not a big fan of this. I prefer actually Face ID on the iPhone 10, but here on the Galaxy S9, the fingerprint scanner and the intelligent scan will do the same job, of course. Then you have to go next, and you have to, I'm going to protect my phone. I'm just going to no thank you, gonna skip everything. And then you have to choose the Google services. I agree to them, and then you can sign into your Samsung account for different options. It's useful actually, because otherwise you won't have access to Bixby, Samsung Cloud, or the theme menu. But we will skip that right now again. And then you can restore your data with the adapter you found in the box from your old device, or you can use Samsung Cloud, or you can even use the Samsung Switch Wi-Fi application, so you don't need actually the cable stuff. I won't restore the device right now. Then you can go next, and there are some useful features, like you can extend your battery life with a special option in the menu and stuff like this. And we're gonna finish it right now, and that's it, all done. Your phone is ready to use. So this was the first boot of the Galaxy S9 Plus. On the home screen, you're just gonna see that everything works the same as on the S8. So switching to the left opens Bixby, which is not set up right now. And I'm just gonna mute the sound for the moment. You see some different menu icons, so they changed the interface slightly, because when you go to the settings menu and down to the about phone menu and the software information, you're gonna see that that Samsung is using Android 8.0 Oreo, which isn't the latest iteration, so there's already 8.1 out there, and I hope to see an update soon. And Samsung is using the Experience version 9.0. And this is interesting because it delivers a feature which wasn't found on the S8 or any other Samsung smartphone before. Because you go back to the home screen, there's no horizontal or landscape mode orientation for the home screen. But on the Galaxy S9 for the first time, you can go to the settings menu and to the display menu, and there to the home screen menu, and over there to the bottom, and over there there's the portrait mode only option. And if you check this one and go back to the home screen, you can actually use the home screen in the landscape mode, which might be useful for some users. Personally, I would say it's annoying, so I'd probably disable the whole orientation stuff all the time, but for some people it might be a useful option. So this was our unboxing of the Galaxy S9 Plus and Galaxy S9, and these are the two devices. There is nothing new or spectacular in the box. It's just average stuff found in there. But the device itself is very interesting because it shows how good the Galaxy S8 actually was. Samsung just fixed some flaws of the Galaxy S8, and now you got the Galaxy S9, and I have to say that I really do like the device. I just don't like the Bixby button. Even though there are other videos about to come, if you want to have a comparison video or other videos than that, just let me know below in the comments. Feel free to subscribe. I'm Lars from All About Samsung. See you the next time. Bye.